Hey YouTube, Geminijets 2000 here, coming at you with a new fictional airport update. Sorry it's been so long. I've just been busy with work and life and stuff. But yeah, good to have a new fictional update back here. Just kind of Greater South Carolina Airport or whatever. This one's it's more an American hub today. And I've done more of a United hub previously. But this one here got a bunch of new American models. So yeah, I'm gonna start off, get these ones with the nice lighting here. But first off here, we got the Lufthansa A340-600 heading out to Frankfurt. We're actually heading to Munich. We got a new model, Emirates 777-300ER. Gonna be heading out to Dubai. Just getting downloaded right now, and he'll head back in a few hours, in a little while. We've got a Finnair A350-900 heading out to Helsinki. Just taxing out, we got a KLM 787-10 heading out to Amsterdam Schiphol. Right here we have an American A321, the wing fence. He's going to be heading a quick flight over to Charlotte Douglas, and he arrived in from Las Vegas, Nevada. We got a Volaris A320 pulling into the gate from Guadalajara. Right here we got a British Airways 787-8 Dreamliner. And he's just getting the final bags loaded into the bulk bin. Gonna be heading out to London Heathrow. D-gate here, an American 787-9. Gonna be heading out to Barcelona, and he arrived in from Milan. A319 with the Sharklets here, in from St. Martin, and he's gonna be heading out to Richmond, Virginia. 777-200ER here, the old chrome livery. We'll say this livery still exists for the sake of this update, but he's heading out to, just getting ready to push for Dublin, Ireland. And he arrived in from Tokyo, Haneda earlier. We got a 300ER here, getting ready to go out to London Heathrow. And he arrived in from Sao Paulo this morning. We'll say this is like afternoon time period. Right here is an American 787-8, and he's going to be heading out to Zurich, Switzerland. And he arrived in from Frankfurt. And then right here in a hard stand, we got a Qatar 777-300ER, and he arrived in from Doha and is heading back in a few hours. Right now I kind of have this airport kind of set up as, again, as I say, mainly an American hub. Got the two big satellite terminals here, this is the main international one, then that's the main domestic one. Of course, some domestic can go to this terminal too. And over here we got just some of the other airlines, along with American Eagle. And but yeah, we just finished here with Qatar. Also over here at a hard stand, we got a U.S. Navy P-8 Poseidon, and he is in from Shaw Air Force Base or whatever. Actually, no, this is a Navy one. We'll say he's in from the Air Force Base near Norfolk, Virginia. Right here's a Prime Air 737, gonna be heading down to Lakeland, Florida. Empty hard stand here, and we got a DHL 757, gonna be heading up to Toronto. Couple spots here. We got a Mesa CRJ 900. He's just sitting here, kind of awaiting the future. United announced that they'll be getting rid of the Mesa CRJ, so he's just here for that. Right here is a Cayman Airlines 737-800. Gonna be heading out to Grand Cayman. This gate here, we have Icelandair 757-200. Gonna be heading to Reykjavik in a few hours. And on to some Americans here. Right here we have an American Airbus A321neo. And he's gonna be heading to Orange County, and he arrived in from San Juan. Right here's an A321 with the Sharklets, gonna be heading out to Boston's Logan International Airport, and he arrived in from Bridgetown, Barbados. Right here's a 737 MAX 8. He's in from Curacao, and is gonna be heading up to Rochester, New York. Empty gate here. And right here's a 787-8 Dreamliner for American. And he is arrived in from Amsterdam Schiphol. And he's gonna be heading down to Rio de Janeiro in about 5-6 hours. Again, we'll say this is about 5 p.m., so kind of the main departure time for Europe. And yeah, a lot of inbounds from the Caribbean and stuff. Right here's a 777-200ER for American. And he is in from Rome, and he's going to be heading out to Dallas-Fort Worth a little bit, doing a domestic service. Right here is an Iberia A350 heading up to Madrid, arrived in from Madrid. A couple planes taxiing out here to the runway. Right here is a Spirit A320neo, and he's going to be heading out to Fort Lauderdale and arrived in from Los Angeles International, LAX. Takeoff rollout here, we got a Southwest 737 MAX 8, just rotating up for Baltimore, and he arrived in from Dallas Love Field. Right here is an American 737-800, the back of the departure line, and he's going to be heading out to Omaha, Nebraska, and he arrived in from Cozumel, Mexico. He was in that gate. Right here's the United 737 MAX 8, going to be heading up to Newark, back of the line here. American 777-200ER, one world livery. Get the focus here. He's going out. And he's in line for, he's heading out to Paris Charles de Gaulle, and he arrived in from Rome earlier. Right here's American A321 with the Sharklets, and he's heading out to San Francisco and arrived in from Denver. Right here's a 787-9 for American, and he is heading out to Athens, Greece, and he arrived in from Madrid earlier. Right here's the CRJ 700, we'll say operated by PSA. He's heading down to Tallahassee, Florida, and he arrived in from Greenville, Spartanburg. Just come off the gate up here. We got Alaska 737-900ER heading up to Portland, PDX. He arrived in from Seattle. Right here, we got a Antonov 124, Vogel Dampener Airlines, and he's heading out on a charter. He is heading down to Rafael down in Brazil down there. Just pulling into the gate here, we got another Alaska model, and he's arrived in from San Diego. He's gonna be heading out to Los Angeles in about an hour and 15 minutes. Over here, another hard stand and / cargo area. Got a DHL 767-300ER. He's heading up to Cincinnati, and he arrived in from San Juan. Right here is a UPS 767-300ER heading out to Louisville, arrived in from Louisville. We got a LATAM 767-300ER in the hard stand here. He's going to be heading up to Rio, he's going to be heading to Sao Paulo in about 4 hours. And right here is a FedEx MD-11 heading up to Memphis. Onto some real good lighting here. Should be pretty good. Right here is a Royal Jordanian 787-8 Dreamliner. He's in from Amman, Jordan, and he's gonna head back there in about another 3 hours. And then right here is a Delta. We got a Delta A320, and he's gonna be heading out to. Right now, he's just taxiing out for Cincinnati. And he arrived in from Cincinnati. And this 320, that's another new model made by NG Models. One of my big sets of new models. We got all the American Retro A321s here. Down here, first one, we got the PSA Retro A321, and he's in from West Palm Beach, and he's gonna be heading out to, we'll send him to Vancouver, British Columbia. Right here, we got the America West Retro A321, gonna be heading out to Phoenix Sky Harbor, and he arrived in from Cleveland. Right here is the US Airways 321. He's just getting ready to push there. Gates pulled back, just waiting for the KLM to get out of the way there. And he's gonna be heading out to Orlando International, and he arrived in from, we'll say he arrived in from Aruba. That's customs pre-cleared, so he'll be in this terminal. Right here is the Piedmont American A321 Retro, and he is going to be heading out to Salt Lake City. I forget if I just said that or not, but he's heading out to Salt Lake City, and he arrived in from San Diego. And right here's the Allegheny A321, another beautiful one. Really, really love all these. And he's going to be heading out to Tampa, down to Tampa, Florida, and he arrived in from Cancun earlier. Just towed over from the international gates. Right here's a MAX 8, and he's gonna be heading out to, we'll send him to, we'll say Ontario, California, and he arrived in from San Antonio. Right here's Envoy E175 for American, and he's gonna be heading out to El Paso, Texas, and he arrived in from, we'll say Des Moines. And right here's another Envoy 175. And he's going to be and he is heading out to Columbus, Ohio, and he arrived in from Sarasota. And right here's the retro E170, and he's going to be heading out to Springfield, Missouri, and he arrived in from, we'll say, Albany, New York. And then right up here, we got an A321neo for Big American, and there we go. And he's gonna be heading out to Austin, Texas, and he arrived in from San Jose del Cabo. Right behind him there, we got the American Chrome Retro 737-800. He's gonna be heading out to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he arrived in from Houston Intercontinental. Beautiful model. I really love having all these Americans out here. They all look pretty good, especially this sunlight makes everything look real good. Here's American A320, and he's gonna be heading out. He came in from Nassau, Bahamas, and he's gonna be heading out to. Now he's heading down to Fort Myers. Empty gate. American TWA 737-800 heading up to New York JFK, and he arrived in from. We'll say Toronto. Next up here, we got the AirCal Retro 737-800, and we're gonna say he's heading up to Portland, Oregon, and arrived in from Boise, Idaho. A couple empty gates here, and we'll get on to the other side over here. Right here is the American Astrojet 737-800. Get the better focus here. There we go. And he is heading out to Minneapolis, St. Paul, and arrived in from Billings, Montana. And over there is a standard 737-800, and he's going to be heading out to, we'll send him to St. Louis, and he arrived in from New York at LaGuardia. Right here's another 321, and he's heading out to Philadelphia. He arrived in from New Orleans. Empty gate here, another 321 standard, and he's going to be heading out to Detroit. And we'll say he arrived in from Nashville. And right here is a 787-8 Dreamliner, absolutely beautiful. And we'll say he's heading out to, we'll say this 787-8 Dreamliner arrived in from Edinburgh, and he's gonna be heading out to Lima, Peru, in a few hours. And going around the corner here, we got a last few American heavies and just American models. Right here is a 777-200ER, beautiful airplane, and he arrived in from, there's a nice view of him. He arrived in from Santiago this morning, actually, did a Las Vegas turn, and now he is heading out to, he's gonna be heading to Buenos Aires, Argentina, in about another 3 hours or so. Right here's the Cathay Pacific A350-1000. And he arrived in from Hong Kong, and it's going to be heading back there at around 11 p.m. Right here's a 319, going to be heading up to Washington National, DCA. And he arrived in from Wilmington, North Carolina. Got a 320 here, and he's going to be heading out to, we'll say he's going to, he came in from Hartford, Connecticut. Is going to be heading out to Memphis. A couple empty gates here. Another 321 Neo for American. And he's going to be heading out to, we'll send this guy out to, we'll say he came in from Cancun, and is going to be heading to, we'll say he's heading out to Sacramento, California. And the final American model, American Mainline, that is American A321 here. And we'll say he's in from Miami, Florida, and he's going to be heading out to, we'll say he's heading out to Charleston, South Carolina. Onto this terminal here. I'll start with some Southwest. Got a Southwest Max 8, the new mustard gold livery one. He's heading out to Chicago Midway, arrived in from Phoenix. And Southwest 737-700, Florida 1. We'll say he's heading out to Orlando. And a normal 700 here, going to be heading out to Denver, arrived in from Denver. And New Mexico 1, going to be heading out to Houston Hobby, and arrived in from Nashville. Right, here's a Spirit Airbus A320. Spirit 320 here, he's going to be heading out to Baltimore. Arrived in from Baltimore. And we got an Airbus A320, or just an A321 here. And he's going to be heading out to Orlando International and arrived in from Tampa. Next here, another Southwest here. We got a 737 MAX, the Hawaii one, the Uwana one, or whatever it's called. He's gonna be heading out to Fort Lauderdale, and arrived in from Tampa. Right here's a Frontier A321, gonna be heading out to Denver. Arrived in from Denver. We got a Frontier A320 here. He's gonna be heading down to Cancun, evening departure, and he arrived in from Las Vegas. Delta gate here. Got a Delta E175 here. It's another new model, and he's gonna be heading out to Raleigh, Durham. Just a quick flight up, and he arrived in from Raleigh. Got a standard A321 here for the Delta Airlines, and he's gonna be heading out to Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Arrived in from there. We got a 321 Neo here for Delta, just rolling into the gate. Beautiful model here, made by NG. Might be another new one, I forget. There's just so many at this point. But yeah, he's arrived in from Salt Lake City. He'll be heading back there in about an hour. We got a 737-900ER here in from Minneapolis, St. Paul. We'll be heading back. And right here, we have a Delta 757-200. Heading up to Los Angeles International. He arrived in from Atlanta. And we got a 319, another new model here, and he arrived in from Detroit. Be heading back. And right here, special, another new model, I think. It's been a while since we've done airport updates, so a lot of these are new. 764 here, and he is going to be heading out to Paris Charles de Gaulle. They just do one international here. And back over to the international terminal, that reminds me, there's two more here I forgot about. But we got a United. They do one international flight here. We got we'll just say that. But 77-9 here heading out to Frankfurt. United does the Frankfurt, Lufthansa does the Munich for Star Alliance. And then right here is the Japan Airlines 77-8 Dreamliner. And he'll be getting ready to go out to, he's just getting ready to be pushed to a hard stand. He arrived in from Tokyo Narita, and he'll be heading back there at around midnight, so about another 6 hours or so. So he's gonna push it out and go to a hard stand. And yeah, the last one, Alaska here, 737-800 heading out to San Francisco, or in from San Francisco heading to Seattle, Tacoma. The rest of the stuff here, we got a JetBlue 321 here. It's the standard one. He's heading up to the New York JFK, and he arrived in from Aruba. Right here is A220-300, and he is in from Los Angeles, LAX, and he's going to be heading out to Tampa. And we got a 321 Neo here in from Boston, and he's going to be heading out to San Juan. And right here we got a Jet JSX E145, parked at the gate here, but he's heading out to Dallas Love. We got a Breeze A220, and he's going to be heading out to we'll say San Francisco. I know they do some kind of weird routes like that. Sun Country 737-800 heading out to the Minneapolis St. Paul. They're kind of normal for them. And then next up over here onto the Uniteds, we got a 757-200 for United. He's going to be heading up to out to San Francisco, doing the transcon there. Beautiful model, made by NG. Beautiful. And then next to it, we got the Continental Retro 737-900ER, and he's gonna be heading down to Orlando International. And right here is a 737 MAX 8 for United, and he's gonna be heading out to Washington Dulles. Right here's an Allegiant 320 heading down to Orlando Sanford, came in from St. Petersburg, Florida. And right here's an Air Canada A220 heading up to Toronto, came in from Montreal. Onto United's kind of little wing here. Start out here, we got a 737-900ER here, gonna be heading out to Houston Intercontinental. And we got a E175 heading out to Washington National. They do just a couple routes that are non-hub, those being Washington National, Orlando, and Cleveland. Right here's a 739 here, and he's gonna be heading out to LAX, Los Angeles International. JetBlue extended a little too far. There we go. Right here's the 757-300 for United. Gonna be heading out to Denver International. And we got the 737-700 heading up to Cleveland. And then here we got a 737 MAX 9. We got this 737 MAX 9 here for United. Gonna be heading up to Newark in about an hour. Right here, we got a few brand new A321s for United. These are beautiful. This is the NG one right here. I highly recommend getting this. This thing is gorgeous. He's heading up to Chicago O'Hare. He's just getting ready to push. Running a little bit late, as new airplanes kind of do sometimes. But yeah, he's heading to Chicago O'Hare, just running a little bit late. Then here's the on-time arrival in from Chicago O'Hare. And then he'll be heading back to Chicago O'Hare in about an hour or so. And this is the Gemini version. Both of these are really good. I'd say the NG's considerably better. The Gemini one is still pretty good, but if you can't get the NG one, but NG's beautiful. Finish it off here. Just get the regional side for big American here, and up at the top here at the JetBridge list area, we got a E145 operated by the Piedmont. And he's going to be heading out to New Bern, North Carolina, and he came in from Columbia. Empty gate. We got a Contour E145 heading out to Beckley, West Virginia, and he came in from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. I got the Swampers there. And right here's another Piedmont E145, and he's going to be heading out to Montgomery, Alabama, and he arrived in from Roanoke, Virginia. Empty gate. And we got a CRJ 700. Another one will say PSA, and he's going to be heading out to Greenville, Spartanburg. I forget if I said one for that already, but GSP Greenville, Spartanburg, and he arrived in from Dayton, Ohio. Empty gate. Right here is the SkyWest CRJ 700 operating for American Eagle. He's going to be heading out to we'll say that's a good SkyWest route. They really don't make their way out on the East Coast here very much, but we'll say he's heading out to Oklahoma City to get back to the normal SkyWest American routes. But right here is the CRJ 900 operated by PSA, and he's going to be heading out to, we'll say Cedar Rapids. Got E170 here by the Envoy, and he's going to be heading out to Flint, Michigan, and he arrived in from we'll say Milwaukee, and this one I forgot to say the inbound, but this inbound PSA CRJ 900, he came in from Buffalo. Right here's another CRJ 900, and for PSA operated by American Eagle, or American Eagle operated by PSA, whatever. And he is heading out to Pensacola, Florida, and he arrived in from Panama City, Florida. Finally here, two of the Piedmont E145s here to finish up the airport update. And we got a Piedmont 145 American Eagle, and he is heading out to Mobile, Alabama, and he arrived in from Gainesville, Florida. And right here is another Piedmont 145 for American Eagle, and he is going to be heading out to Salisbury, Maryland, and he arrived in from, we'll say, Augusta, Georgia. So that's gonna do it for the update here. I hope y'all enjoyed. A lot of new models, a lot of cool stuff, cool routes and stuff. I really enjoyed setting this one up. Again, sorry it's been so long. I've just been so inactive and everything, but yeah, I'm been going through I fly to E145 in real life here. I've been going through captain upgrade, so doing that now, and that's really fun. And I need to get that JetBridge on the Emirates, but yeah, I really hope y'all like the video. I like that I've always been able to kind of show my collection and everything with y'all here. And yeah, so hope you like the video. Stay tuned for more. I'd like to do more. Maybe get some more stuff on the channel, some more kind of airline pilot stuff, see how much I can do there. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go follow me on Instagram at Geminijets_2000. And thank you for watching. I'll just finish the pan here. Finish it on the beautiful Piedmonts.